So, welcome back to the channel, guys. We're gonna do the player ratings. I'm gonna do it today because Justin is still on vacation. So, as usual, like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we will get into it immediately. So, first off is Chesney. I don't think he had much to do. I think defensively, we look good. There are no problems defensively. I think we gave away nothing. The goal came out of a fluke. It took a mad deflection. Just Jaco standing there, just tapping it in. It was just so many things going against us, and we could see the goal. So Chesney couldn't do anything about it. I don't think any defender could have done anything about it. Besides that, Chesney had nothing to do, nothing. So I'm giving him just a standard 6. Nothing special, nothing more. He just needed to be there. So then we will move on to Danilo, who to me didn't have a good game. Again, I think Julian said it in the preview, and I agree with him. He needs to overlap a bit more. But again, when he starts with Cuadrado, I think that's a recipe for, not disaster, but for nothing going forward. I don't like them playing together because he doesn't overlap Cuadrado, and Cuadrado the last few months doesn't even attempt, the last 1.5 months, doesn't even attempt to beat his man. So it's a bit stale. And again, today he didn't make any mistakes or something, but just going forward, it's nothing. He doesn't even go past halfway line, I would say. So yeah, I'm giving him 5.5. I think that's fair. Again, it wasn't bad, but just too little going forward, in my opinion. Then we go to Bonucci. Again, for me, I said it in the match review, I forgot he was playing at some point. Again, that's good. That means Inter were doing nothing, but on the ball he didn't look great again. The first half against Zenit, he also looked a bit off. I think he needs a rest. I understand why he plays, because he is not the only. I think Delay can also play out from the back, but Bonucci can do it at a higher level and consistency. He's very consistent normally. We're playing out from the back. Now today, it wasn't that great against Zenit. It wasn't that great. I expect him to get a rest against Sassuolo because he's playing everything, even for the national team since the Euro. So I think he needs a rest. But again, I understand why he's playing and why he's so important for Allegri. And to be honest, I agree with him because our midfield is a bit, it's not great. So in games that are close, you can use Bonucci, but it's not working out for him the last 2 games, I would say. So I'm giving a 5.5. Also because I forgot he was playing, to be honest, at a certain point. Then we move on to his partner, Chiellini, who to me I don't think he had the greatest of game until, I would say, the 70th minute. And then he started winning basically every contrast. Every contrast, he was winning it. And he was very important in those last minutes, in those last 20 minutes. He was making sure there was nothing for Inter on the break. So I'm giving him a 6. Maybe that's too low for you, but based on the first 60 minutes, I don't think he was having the greatest of games. I've seen much better from him. So I'm going with a 6. Then we move on to left back, Alexandro, who to me, again, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It wasn't great compared to his previous games. In his previous games, he was much better going forward. Again, the opponent is a bit different, of a higher quality. I don't think he did anything wrong, but what frustrates me from Alexandro, he gets to the byline, he gets to the box, to the opposition box, but he cuts back too much. He needs to go for it a bit more, in my opinion. And when he goes for it, at the moment he waits too long. Like, he beats his man, but he likes to cut back one more time, and then the opportunity to make a cross or to put in a pass or something like that is gone, and he plays it just straight backwards. But again, nothing bad or awful. It was just a normal, basic performance for Alexandro. Then we move on to Cuadrado. For me, he was the worst player on the pitch, and I know people will say McKennie, Kuruzhevsky are worse, but my expectations for those players are not as high as that for Cuadrado. My expectations for Cuadrado are high, and the last, I would say, month and a half, he's not playing great. I said it in the review, I think it's better for him that he goes back to right back, but I know Allegri is not going to do that. But at the moment, he doesn't even attempt to beat this man, and when Cuadrado doesn't attempt to beat this man, he loses a lot of his game, like almost everything. That's his thing, beating his man, putting in a cross, or just overlapping, and he's not doing that. And I know he was playing with Danilo today, so overlapping is very difficult. That's why my idea or my view on it was playing at right back and playing Chiesa in front of him. I think that will work. But again, like, to me, it's a bit basic. The last month and a few weeks, like, it's not Cuadrado. I'm not saying he's useless on the pitch, but it's very basic. Like, nothing happens, and usually he makes things happen. That's his thing. And at the moment, it's going the completely opposite way. Excuse me. So I'm giving him a 5. So he was my worst player. So then we move on to Locatelli, who, I don't know, he wasn't awful, but he wasn't great. Like, and I understand he was playing with some bad players, but he can do much, much, much more. Like, I think he's been okay so far. Like, he's been good, but I'm not gonna overhype his performances because I know he can do much more than what he's showing now or what he has shown so far. He can play those balls. Like, he reminds me of Marquinhos at times, just playing those balls over the defense without looking, just playing him basically out of instinct, and he has done that today to Morata and Betancourt. But other than that, his game was a bit I would say not average, but a bit like okay, normal, like nothing special. Again, I also think he needs a rest. In my opinion, I think he will get that against Sassuolo, also because Rabiot is back, so, and Arthur is expected to start, so Allegri can change it up, but we need to win against Sassuolo, so let's see. But yeah, a 6, just a normal performance, nothing special, nothing bad. Then we move on to McKennie. I want to start off by saying I think that this was McKennie's best game so far of the season, but he still gets a 5.5, like, and that says everything. I don't know if he doesn't score goals or assists, I don't know what he does on the pitch. Like, he wins back balls, but his passing, like, everything he does is so basic that I said so many times, without his goals, he looks like a very average player. Like, the goals last year helped us. They helped us. They helped him, and those goals made him look much better than he actually is, and that's okay. Like, we knew he was a squad player, but at the moment, he's not even scoring goals. He's not even in the last 2 games. He's not even getting frequently in the box. He did that against Zenit 2 times, but today he was nowhere near the box. Again, like, I don't know what to say. It's basic. Everything he does is very basic, and we need to basically live with it at the moment because he is playing. He's everything we have at the moment. So yeah, he's starting every game, or not every game, but he's Like Ramsey is not even in the picture, and he's not even getting minutes. It's down for Ramsey, so we're gonna see more McKennie and moving forward, unless something happens in January. But yeah, 5.5 for me. And then we move on to Betancourt, who maybe 5.5 is too much. He came on for Bernardeschi. I still don't understand that substitution. I don't know what the idea was behind it. I know what the idea behind that basically swap substitution was, but it didn't work. Like he was really bad, especially in the first half. Like it was at some point, it was a disaster at some points. He started playing okay the last 10 minutes, winning the balls back, but he was not good. Like it just he makes so many mistakes, like choices, bad decision making. His passing is a bit, I don't know, hit and miss, like too soft, too slow, overhit. Like you don't know what you will get with Betancourt at times. So I'm giving him 5.5. I think that's fair. Maybe it could be lower. Let me know in the comments. I'm going with 5.5. Then we go with Morata. I also went with a 5.5. I don't think he had a good game. His link-up play was not good again, like against Zenit. At times I forgot he was playing. When he drops back to pick up the ball and link-up play, he's okay. But when he's up there, he was not good today. Like he lost the ball many times. But again, when he drops into the midfield to pick up the ball and link up play, then he's good. But I mean, it's not okay for him to drop that deep. And what frustrates me with him is his positioning in front of goal at the moment. Like the ball, Chiesa he put it on the plate. He put it on the plate, but he decided just to keep running. I don't know what, in goal, just keep running with Chiesa. Like a striker should know, like, I'm gonna take a step back, and if the ball comes, it's just a free hit, it's a tap in. And he didn't do that, and Chiesa was going off. Like he was going mental. Like you're a striker, you need to read those situations and take them. He didn't take them, so I'm giving him 5.5. It's not great at the moment for him. He needs to pick it up. That's all I'm saying. Then Kuruzhevsky, also 5.5. The first half was bad. I think those 20 minutes in the second half he was okay, but his decision making at times, mostly all the time, it's just not good. Like he makes so many wrong decisions on the ball. He was just put in there to man mark Prozovic. He did that. I mean, I don't know if I should credit him for him. He did what he was asked to do, but when he's on the ball, he makes many mistakes. Like he runs with the ball too long, or he picks out the wrong player. Like just decision making. And it reminds me a bit of Bernardeschi. He also makes wrong decisions, like time in, time out. So I don't know what to say at the moment with Kulusevski. I'm always saying he needs to get the opportunity to play, but he also needs to take that opportunity, and he's not taking those opportunities. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna sit here just playing for the sake of playing him. When he plays, he needs to show up, and today he didn't really show up. He did what he had to do, just with Brozovic, but on the ball, not good. Like not good at all. Then we move on to Chiesa. I gave him a 6. Maybe it should be a 6.5, but I'm going with 6. He was very important. Like he stretched that field. I mean, they had to take off Perisic because Perisic couldn't keep up with him. Yeah, I mean, he's very important. Like he can make something happen out of nowhere. He can keep the hold of the ball. He's very energetic. Like he never gives up. He keeps running. So I'm not on that Passion FC vibes, but you know what you will get with Chiesa. It's just full intensity, 90 minutes long. So I'm giving him a 6. Then we move on to Arthur. He played 7 minutes. Usually I'm giving players 5.5 for those few minutes, but I'm giving him a 6 because he's so good on the ball. And today he did more than just playing it around. So Allegri said that he's going to be a starter. He should be a starter because, I mean, he's better than what we have. It's that simple. Now let's see. I think his last games when he came on, he did okay. He did very good at times. So that's a positive note for us because our midfield at the moment looks really bad. So every bit of quality we can add, great. But he did okay in those 7 minutes. Then we move on to my man of the match, and that's Dybala. I mean, he really changed that game. His hold-up play, his ability to just keep hold of the ball in very difficult situations, even when the ball is not played that well to him. Like he received some very bad passes, but he kept on to him so well. Taking the pressure off the team. His link-up play is fantastic. Like technically, there's no debate about him. Like he's our best player. Like it's not even close on the team. And he showed that today. I'm so happy that he's back. We really need him back. He will help because I think we scored 13 goals in Serie A, and I think that will put us at 11th out of the 20 teams, something like that, 12. That's not good enough for a team like Juve. We should be top 3 easily. We are not even close. We struggle going forward. He will help us massively going forward, especially in games when we play close games where 3 teams drop back. Technically, he can again make things happen out of very difficult situations, like very close situations, because technically he is very good, and he showed it today. And I'm giving him a 7 also because it's a pressure penalty. Last minute, you score, you get us a point. Again, for the team, very important. It's a point. I don't think it will help us massively, but the team thinks it's gonna help them massively. So I'm giving him a 7. It's a pressure penalty coming back after more than a month of injury, more of a month of not playing, and he took that well. So 7. And then our last player is Caio. I'm giving him also a 6 because I like what I see from him. When he comes on, he looks so calm on the ball. He can hold up the ball very well. He sees everything very clear. He can keep it simple when he needs to keep it simple. He doesn't lose the ball when we are in the last minutes. Like he's very smart, like Allegri said after the game. He understands the situations. He understands which minute they are in, what he needs to do. So I'm not gonna go overboard, but we have heard from him when he joined. It's a complete opposite. Like he can hold up the ball very well, and he can link up play also very well. Again, it's 7 minutes now. A few minutes against Torino. I watched the U23 play. He was also good in that game. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what will happen with him. Will he get more playing time? I think he will, because Allegri made that clear in his press conference after the game. He likes him. So yeah, I mean, we could have a different option compared to Morata, I think. But let's see. If he's gonna get a minute. And looking at our strikers at the moment, he should get some minute. Like he should get a shot. Like not starting, I would say, but just 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Like, and then build on that, and then we will see where he can bring us. Like if he can add goals, great. No, even not if it's not goals, just the way he holds up the play so far, it looks great. It looks very useful for us. So 6. And then the last one is Allegri. I'm giving him a 5.5 because that starting lineup, it was not good. Like, let's keep it real. Again, Danilo and Bernardeschi and Cuadrado on that same wing. I'm not a fan of it. But that was not the main issue with that. The main issue was McKennie in that midfield. Then Bernardeschi starting. I know he came off after 10 minutes. Then putting Bentancur on was a weird mistake. And people say, yeah, but he changed the game with his subs. I mean, yeah, if you put quality on that field with Arthur, Dybala, Chiesa, the chances are very high you will change that game. I mean, it's very obvious that you can change that game if you put on that type of quality. So I'm giving him 5.5. Again, we are very hard to beat. We don't concede many chances, but that starting lineup and the way that he put Kuruzhevsky on Prozovic, like he was thinking more about neutralizing Inter than thinking of not playing well, but just thinking about us, like going forward a bit, like how are we gonna win? I know what he was trying to do, just keep it very tight, and then around the 60, 70 minute, bring on Chiesa, Dybala, and win that game. And to be honest, it could have worked. Like the goal we conceded was just pure luck. If it didn't happen, it could have worked. But 5.5 for me. So guys, these were my player ratings for the game. Let me know in the comments if you agree, if you don't agree. Let me know what should change. And as always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. See ya.